Let's look at the report that hit the wires last week. This is not a proposal for 2027 or 2028. This is an emergency legislation that is intended to go live immediately once it gets signed off on in April. Not for a game, not for a half, but for a 6-game suspension. And this isn't the Jim Harbaugh kind of suspension where you just can't be in the stadium on Saturday. You get to go through all the weekly game planning, coaches meetings, team meetings, all that stuff. No, this proposal explicitly bans the coach from recruiting, from on-field coaching. They can't even participate in administrative duties like team meetings. So you essentially have a persona non grata at head coach for the first half of the season in the event in which you get busted. Now, the second thing they propose is a fine that is equal to 20% of the entire football budget. So let's do the math on that. If you're at a mid-power 4 school with a $50 million football budget, $10 million fine right there. If you're at Ohio State or Texas or Alabama, where the budget's well north of $100 million, now you're looking at a $20 million check that's written to the NCAA because you couldn't necessarily approach the spring window the right way to talk to a linebacker or a defensive end or whatever it might be. The NCAA is speaking the language of the modern era. How do you alter behavior? You take away money. They're going after the depth chart as well. So you got the suspension, you also have the fine. Well, now you also are going to have to deal with one arm tied behind your back because 5 roster spots could, in theory, go poof. And get this, the penalty sticks to the school, not to the coach. So if Coach X tampers, they get the roster cut, and then decides to bail for the NFL, well, the new coach now inherits a 70-man scholarship roster or a 75-man scholarship roster as opposed to 80 or whatever it might be.